Hey everyone, great to meet. If I haven't seen you already, and if I have, it's good to see a friendly face. My name is Aman. I'm the head of growth at New Optima, and we're a Wayra partner. We run a webinar in the past, I think, a month and a half ago, and from now on, we're going to be doing, let's say, every 2 months, every month and a half, sort of thing, office hours, where we'll go over SEO of your sites, and we'll just drop any knowledge that we've gleaned recently. So this is super informal in the sense that please just write in messages whenever you want to, drop questions, no worries at all. And just to kick it off, I'd love to have everyone just message in your domain of your site, just in case Victor's missed it. So whatever your site is, please message it in the chat if possible. Cool, awesome. Getshopwave.com. Thank you, Ben. Sensingfeeling.io. Awesome. Sweet. So I'll let everyone else find the chat button. But in the meantime, I'll give you a bit of context to who I am, who we are. So my name is Aman again. I'm head of growth. Victor here is our head of SEO. He's worked on a ridiculous number of SEO projects over the last 15 years. I think we've worked out, literally 50% of his life has been spent in SEO. So we have a real expert over here. And New Optima, which is the agency we're talking to today, is the agency arm of AlphaWell, which is our house of consumer brands. So as a group, we are business owners like yourself. And as a group, we took our marketing team and we turned it into a digital marketing agency. We serve clients in B2C, B2B, mobile apps, fintech, cyber, SaaS, marketplaces. It's really varied. And so we have a lot of experience in all those sectors and a bunch more that Victor just tells me about when we start talking to someone who's relevant. For context here, we have got a lot of experience in SEO. There's just a bunch of screenshots just to show that we're not talking out of our arse to some degree, and that we've been doing this for a long time. Cool. So for a bit of context, we also work with a Wayra portfolio company called Paziz. We started working with them last month. In 30 days, we've had some really cool increases. Paziz are like a sleep application. So that's like another little mini case study just to show that we know what we're talking about. And hopefully this graph is going to go upwards and upwards very quickly, very fast. Cool. So in terms of an agenda for everyone for the office hours, I'm going to give a really, really brief explanation of SEO. I call it C-suite SEO because I wanted to keep it as very high level and strategic as possible. And then we've looked at all the sites of everyone attending the call or everyone who clicked yes, and have basically tried to bucket you into separate scenarios and try to give very individualized feedback. If you have any specific questions as I go through the presentation, or I start talking about your site, or if I don't speak about your site, please feel free to message it in, and we'll definitely hold like at least a good lengthy Q&A to go through any questions you have. Okay, cool. So why SEO? Opening question. Don't do it. Avoid it as fast as possible. Big cons. It's super expensive. It's a long payback period and it requires specialism. I want to be quite upfront with the cons as fast as possible. When I say 4K per month, I mean generally any good agency costs that much. Or if you want to install your own content team, it will be that expensive. It's a long payback period. SEO at the beginning is kind of a work on faith to some degree, although you obviously can track KPIs and metrics, but it's not the easiest thing to commit yourself to as a company when you want to grow very quick or you need to show investors certain numbers. And the third con is it really does require specialism. Doing SEO and learning it and then applying it is a dangerous play, not because it's not possible for you to learn it, mainly because when you do SEO, there's a lag in feedback time. So say you do something and it takes 1 month or to get indexed, to get traffic, to see the results, and you know you've done it wrong and you try it again, you've actually wasted a month of your time. And in the game of building businesses and raising money, etc., probably the most important thing above money is time, and losing that is really, really valuable or really, really costly as well. But if you can get past these cons, there's really cool pros. like it is a sustainable long-term channel. It is for sure this way. It's one of the highest returns on investment channels, and it continues to print revenue even after you stop investing. What all of those mean is that when you start ranking for a keyword in position one, now say for example we're a AI vehicle company or car company.
Sorry, you're cutting off a little bit.
Tech. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, sweet. So I'm going to go back to, imagine you are a car company and you are some AI car company and you're selling this bespoke service and you start ranking in position one. And if you keep that position one after you stop investing, you're still getting those leads. And so if you think of the equation of like CAC as money invested over leads generated,
we have we lost you again for a little.
Oh no!
After the being the first in the race and not investing, we lost you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly move location. Give me 1 second. Cool. Okay, so SEO is important. I'll go from there. Another cool point to play is around channel layering. We know SEO is important. It's a high ROI channel, but the key point is that it's very hard to invest in it as the only channel at the beginning of your time. And the reason being is because you won't see the returns that you need to see. So when you don't see returns from a channel, you stop investing in it. And in SEO, it's generally going to be stopped. You're going to stop investing in it too early. In that scenario, you lose faith in the channel, it doesn't work, and you're forced to go short term. So SEO generally is something you should do as a secondary channel to a short-term channel at the beginning, one that lets you invest funds, but doesn't mean that you are desperate for the revenue or have to take shortcuts or hacks, such as building aggressive backlinks. So I'm going to let Victor take over very quickly in case my internet cuts out again. But Victor, I'll let you take over. But essentially, there are 4 components to SEO, which he'll start discussing.
Yeah, thanks, Aman. So yeah, let's start from me sharing my screen. You can see my screen now, yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we need to understand that there are like several steps we need to get done before we can get something from SEO. And basically, you can imagine a car and you need all 4 wheels, or you will not be able to move anywhere. And every wheel is like the same important. So you need to have.
Yeah, we can't see your screen. I think you may be showing on another screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can. Yeah. Now we can see.
I will share like whole window. Yes. And now I believe there is no such problem. Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. That's
okay. Cool. Thank you. So we need 4 wheels to move somewhere on a car. So with SEO, we need to have a good content, and good content is like we need it 100%, but it's not enough. This content should be structured in a good way. So what Google do is Google answer for some search queries. When we use Google, when anybody use Google, Google answer for some search queries with a perfect page, which is like relevant to that specific search query. So if we have an amazing content, but that content is not structured that way that it could answer some search queries, Google will not use that content to give and will not give us any traffic. So we understand already about content and about structure. And technical SEO. Technical SEO basically allows Google to crawl your website in the right way, crawl all good pages and not crawl any bad pages. And because of that, Google will be able to understand like what pages should be indexed, what pages should not be indexed, and will be able to find all the information on your website Website will be loading fast and properly in every browser. People will have good experience. People will be able to load it from a mobile phone, from different devices. So that's technical part. And the backlinks. Backlinks is basically, we can think about backlinks as about recommendations. So if you have some amazing restaurant in your city nearby, but you never heard about it, or you have the same amazing restaurant with the same reviews in Google, but with a lot of recommendations from your friends, obviously you will go to a restaurant which has much more recommendations. The same stuff with the backlinks. If Google have 2 pages, 2 websites, one is good, another one is also good, but one has much more backlinks and more backlinks quality. The website with more backlinks will go up, and the website with no backlinks will go a little bit lower. So yeah, at this point we understand that all 4 components of SEO is very important, and you need to have them all. And let's go through some basic key SEO metrics. We can see domain rating, which is usually shows how strong is our domain in terms of backlinks. So the more backlinks you have and the more quality of that backlinks, the higher is domain rating. It can be from 0 to 100. 100 is unachievable, and because it's very high. Usually we work with the websites with domain rating between 30, 40, 60, 70, somewhere around it. Amount of reference domains is basically amount of domains which has a backlink to your website. And the most important from business perspective is organic keywords, because that organic keywords gives us organic traffic, which then converts into people who are visiting our website and can buy our services or download our products or become our clients. And traffic value is estimated amount of money you need to spend in other marketing channels to be able to get the same amount of traffic, same quality traffic. And as you can see, this particular website could get in every month this amount of traffic, 237 million in traffic every month. So if they will suddenly fail their SEO or forbid website from Google index, they will lose $250 million every month, which is crazy. So we analyzed all your domains, and we find out that we could put them into several different buckets by type of website and SEO situation over there. First one is people who are not started investing in SEO yet. So no backlinks, because there is no backlinks to the website, no content, so there is no pages to rank, no website structure. It is kind of correlated to absence of content, and technical SEO is kind of irrelevant, because if you don't have pages to rank, technical SEO is not so important, because you don't have the basic one. And just in examples, these 3 websites. So you can have beautiful, amazing website with really nice products, with really nice design. You may have all necessary pages for business, but from SEO perspective, you need to have pages which are relevant for some kind of search intent, and to be able to get organic traffic. And if you don't have that pages, your results in terms of organic traffic will be or 0 or close to 0.
Cool.
Aman?
So if anyone's
Yeah.
from Give Vision would see Chorus, the general advice for you, I guess, is create content and start writing content that has relevancy to search intent. And even basic keyword analysis that we can help you with would get you a bit of the way there at a minimum. So bucket 1 is not yet started, in short.
Mm-hmm. I'll get back to this particular domain because there is like some trick with that, but we'll get to that point. Another bucket is missing content, which is my favorite bucket, to be honest, because we, in this situation, when we start to work with websites like that, we already have a strong domain. We already have usually a strong brand. It's kind of established from business perspective, but there is no content, there is no pages to rank, and there is no website structure. And the beauty of being in that position is we can analyze competitors, analyze what people type into a Google search to what keywords are relevant. We can do full-scale keyword research, create a good website structure, write content, publish on a website, and we will see results almost immediately. So the difference between bucket one with 0 results and 0 work has been done on SEO side, and the bucket two is bucket two usually have opportunity to grow much faster. And that's why we really like projects like that, because we can deliver results almost, you can see a huge difference even with 30 days period. And the same situation were with business which Alan mentioned before, a good brand, a good established business, but because it has already good domain and good branded traffic, when we publish right content, we can get results pretty fast. So just several examples. This website, we realized that this domain you use only for emails, and this domain is your front domain. And actually, this domain has pretty good domain rating, but very low amount of organic keywords and very lower amount of organic traffic. And it's monthly traffic, so it's less than 1 visitor a day. So in this case, very clear picture, just do keyword research, create a content, structure it the good way, publish on a website, make sure it will be indexed, and we can expect our results pretty fast in situations like that. Almost the same situation with this website, because we have high domain rating and no organic keywords and traffic. Almost the same situation over there, because with such a high domain rating, we expect much more traffic, 30,000 in traffic. And another example is this website with domain rating 23, more than 100 referring domains, and also 0 organic traffic. And the same situation there, a little bit lower domain rating, but still we can expect it to grow much faster compared to a website with 0 domain rating. This example is a bit not intuitive, because we have a high domain rating and we see pretty good organic traffic on the screenshot. But if we will dive deeper and analyze what keywords bring that traffic, we can see that almost all traffic is branded. So it's mostly people who are looking for your domain name. I will show you how we can analyze it on any website. So we have this website about online learning, and we can see good amount of keywords, good amount of traffic. Let it load a little bit. But if we will go to, there is a way to find what pages brings you the most traffic. And if we will go to top pages report for this website, we will see that homepage gives you almost all traffic, login page also very high traffic, and almost all keywords are related to your brand name. So in this case, we understand that this traffic is more related to just branded traffic and not SEO traffic, and we can see a huge opportunity if we will publish pages which can attract real SEO traffic for relevant keywords. Okay, let's continue to another bucket.
Yeah. So maybe a bit of a final piece there is all those domains that came up previously. If you were to start SEO now, you would see results in 30 days, let's say. Like you would see an uptick in traffic, you would see an uptick in keywords pretty quickly. For the websites that are in bucket 1, it would take you more like 3 months. So there is like a 3x at a minimum growth speed difference between bucket 1 and bucket 2. And I even I got a insurance company reached out to me today. They were called Dead Happy. They had a domain rating of 50. They had 8,000 brand traffic and no traffic otherwise from an SEO perspective. And so they would absolutely dominate the insurance space the same way Sentry Tech could very quickly dominate the educational space with a whole wide range of products, just given that their domain is so strong.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's continue. Bucket number 3 is basically a situation when everything is looking good. So you have a domain, you have a structure, you have a backlinks, you have a content, you have technical SEO. And just an example, this website, you can see we have pretty decent domain rating, we have pretty decent amount of referring domains, backlinks, and we have some pretty good amount of organic keywords, almost 8,000 keywords, which gives us almost 30,000 visitors a month, which is good. And the beauty of being in this position is when you have a lot of pages, a lot of traffic, a lot of good content, which already ranks. Every small change can make a huge effect on a website. For example, you have 1,000 pages, and you find out that you can improve speed for a website a little bit, and you can improve a little bit your rich snippets, schema org markup, or like conversion rate. And because you have a lot of pages, every small change will have a huge effect because you're affecting all pages in the same time. That's the beauty of being in this position. Yeah, Aman?
Yeah, exactly that. I think the last, I don't say call it a meme. If you go back one slide, the cartoon, give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. Is a really good phrase, because in this scenario, small differences and small changes can make very big impacts on your website. I think we're going to show an example of this later on in bucket 6. But that website, Wayra, for example, we're sure there's like very small wins there, or very easy wins that could give you 10, 20, 30% more traffic, just as a function of fixing some technical SEO pieces.
Mm-hmm. And another scenario when everything looks really good from SEO perspective, if you have a backlink, you have a content, you have traffic, everything looking good, but sales are not as good as you expect them to be, because a lot of SEO articles targeting too much top funnel content, too much top funnel keywords. So a lot of people visiting your website, but you have not enough sales, because to be able to get sales from SEO, you need to understand your audience, and you need to understand that like there's a person who Google keyword like that, and this person has some problem, and my product can solve that problem. And if I will create a page which like kind of can get to that person, like to make us looks like we understand their problem and we know how to solve it, we can make a sales. This example is a good example, because there is a pretty decent domain rating, good organic traffic, but I would say I don't have like internal data from conversion rate and all this stuff, but I could say that conversion rate to, for example, application installs could be much better, because a lot of this content is like too top funnel. People are not expect to see an offer to install application, and people who like Google that type of keywords are not like ready to install an application. And if, for example, if we will filter all that keywords, so we have 24,000 keywords, but if we will filter them for a phrase like keywords which contain the word app, it will be like almost zero. So only like one keyword or like a few of them. And usually keywords like best application for moms or best applications for parents or something like that, much more likely to give you a customer. Yeah, Aman?
Yeah, maybe we should share the screen of babytobody.com just to give a bit more context.
Yes.
So we can show the website very quickly. And let me do a quick keyword search for best app for mum. Yeah, there's not much search volume for that one, but yeah, apps for mums.
But you can data as for single parents, probably not super relevant. But you can find, like, you need to do a proper keyword research to be able to find like that keywords which people are like really looking for in a Google search, and then like create the pages which will be like super relevant to that keywords.
Yep, sweet. And yeah, we assume that there's no conversions there. Baby to body. If the person who runs that website has any more info, they can say yes or no. Let us know. But yeah, otherwise we can continue.
And scenario number 5 with some huge mistakes in website like configuration, website structure, website like technical side. And this is like probably the best example from whole list, because we realize that almost all content on this website are on this subdomain. So not on a main domain, but on a subdomain. And as you can see, Google treats subdomain and domain as a totally separate websites. And the beauty of this situation, I don't know if like owner of this website attend this meeting right now, but just by moving blog from subdomain to a subfolder, so website.com/blog, you can get probably 10x in Google search traffic in a few months just by moving to a subfolder, which is crazy. And yeah, please let the owner of this website know about this opportunity.
Awesome. I think Ben put a message in the chat while we're here because it's quite interesting. So if you look at the chat, Victor.
One second.
Yeah. So Ben had his getshopwave.com, and then he said there's a new product page not live yet, high noon dot. So is that a similar scenario with the subdomain?
Let me explain how it works. So we have a website, we have like that situation with like structure, content, and all that stuff. And when you create a subdomain, you create basically a new website which will have like 0 backlinks, and it's like not obvious because you have a backlink to your main website, but actually from a Google's perspective, you have a website with literally 0 backlinks. So you completely losing like one wheel totally. And you can see some results. The most tricky part is you will have like some results, but that results will be very bad, and you will not be able to like understand fast why. So back to your question with your subdomain, if you will have some content on this subdomain, for example,
so yeah, so it turns out, Victor, this subdomain is just the dev environment. So that was but the blog actually, yeah, but the blog is interesting though. They still have a blog dot on Medium.
But we also see like there is a blog dot.
Correct. So this probably should be changed.
Yeah, let's check. 1 second. So yeah, as we can see, this blog has only only 0 organic traffic and only 5 keywords. I'm not sure there is like enough content on this blog right now, so probably there is not a lot of pages published. But if you will like continue with that subdomain for, I don't know, like few years, and you will publish 5 pages a month in this blog, and you will like think that it will bring you to a position with a good traffic. In 5 years, you could realize that not of that published content is just not ranked in a Google search results because it published on a subdomain, which is like not super obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done a great study with one of our test websites. We took just a website, we create subdomain, and we create subfolder, and we publish the same amount of content, the same quality of content, no backlinks, to a subdomain and to a subfolder. And as you can see, with subfolder, we got 7,000 visitors, and with a subdomain, we got 8 visitors from the same period. That's like how big can be that difference. Yeah, and another example is this website where we realized that this website has a listing with a lot of broadband deals, and we realized that their pages are not aligned to search intent. For example, people are looking for broadband only deals or for like Vodafone deals or something like that. And they had pages only about deals in specific city with no like categories related to types of deal or deal to a new customers, deal to an older customers, deal related to broadband provider. And we just create a few dozen pages, and we got an increase in amount of keywords, like more than 2 times, probably tripled by now. So yeah, Aman.
Awesome. Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, really nice case study. And another great example is another bucket when we see some loss in traffic in a past. So in this case, usually it could be a situation when you publish a new website. So there was some website, it had some organic traffic and organic search results and keywords and ranking. But at some point, owner decide to create a new design for a website, or like publish a new website instead of old one, and all SEO results just disappear because URL structure has changed. And we had a client with literally the same situation. As you can see on these charts, there was some traffic and there were some organic keywords. At probably February 2020, it goes to 0 because the new website was not technically possible to rank. And when we realized that, we were able to get back all the results almost immediately, and even like make probably 2.5 increase in organic traffic. That's the easiest situation when you lose a lot of traffic because you've done some technical problems, because we can fix technical problems and get back organic traffic and probably get even more traffic than it was before. Harder situation is when a website were penalized with a new Google core update. So Google just changed an algorithm and decide that this website is not good enough anymore. And in cases like that, it's also possible to recover all lost traffic. But in situations like that, you need to like sometimes rebuild whole your SEO strategy, review all your backlinks, review like all the stuff, and sometimes it takes much longer, and then like just rebuild the website structure and fix technical issues. So yeah,
hello,
was
Victor. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes. So can this also be happening when GDPR started to ask visitors to confirm the cookies?
No, usually it's not related to that like cookies message, because it's just like one small message, and it not really affect ranking. And all your competitors also have that message, so like
Yeah,
you can
not the ranking, but the number of visitors.
Ah.
It's affected by the if you click on not to track references, it doesn't appear on the volume of traffic, right? And we saw a huge increase in reduction on the traffic after we implemented the GDPR.
So this is really interesting. I'll give one example, and then Victor gives the other example. We own Europe's largest CBD marketplace, alphagreen.io, and when all these cookie policies came in that you had to put the pop-up up, we were like, oh hell no, I don't want to put a pop-up up because it's going to kill my conversion rate. So screw that. Let's try hack around it, and let's try like fake the pop-up or fake something there so that we can get around from showing the user. We did that. And I was still getting traffic, but my Google Analytics was showing me much smaller traffic. And I was really confused for a very long time, thinking, what is going wrong that I'm not being able to see the correct amount of traffic coming? Because Ahrefs says one thing, but Analytics is telling me something very, very different. And I think we went around and around for months before we realized it's probably because we started messing around with cookie policies. We fixed the cookie policy, and then the traffic on Analytics bounced straight back up to where Ahrefs was. Like overnight, it just seemed like Analytics was avoiding the count because someone hadn't clicked accept or clicked the policy. So that's my short answer. Victor, do you have one?
Yeah, I have another answer that we can track with Google Search Console. We can track how many people click on a website in a Google search results. So we know that somebody will visit a website even like few nanoseconds before they actually visit it because they click on it. And that way, Google Search Console gives you like 100% of data, which will not be affected by any like trackers, GDPR policies. Even if somebody will visit the website in some super private mode with all cookies blocked from all VPNs in the world in a private mode in a private tab, you still can see a click from a Google search result. So on my end, I can see all the data. And it's not really affected by any of that. And also it's when you own a website or have an access to the website. And for competitors' website, I always can analyze it with Ahrefs, which gives you like not super accurate, but accurate enough data. And that data is based on for what keywords website is ranked for, what's the volume of that keywords, and what's the estimated like traffic from that keywords. And Ahrefs creates like that organic traffic suggestions based on that. So it's not affected by GDPR or cookies or something like that, or like any trackers at all. So we have two good ways to analyze traffic and avoid all of that.
Perfect. Thank you.
So Pedro, was that happening to you? Just as a quick follow-up.
Yeah, maybe what I was seeing was directly the traffic on the website, but what Victor is referring is the organic traffic coming from the search engine from Google, right? So it's different.
Okay.
I now understand that you can see all the traffic coming, but maybe when I look in the traffic directly in the website, I cannot see the traffic on the people that don't press accept. Right?
Yeah, makes sense completely.
Mhm.
At this point, we've finished, right, the presentation, Victor?
And we have all that list of websites from a chat, so I can go through them.
Let's do it. Let's go through each site in a bit more detail.
Yeah, so let's start with this website. I believe, saw a subdomain for this website was a blog. Let me check again.
Maybe for each website, could you open the website up so we can have a look at what it looks like, so everyone has like context?
What again? Sorry.
Could you open up the homepage as well at the same time,
Yes. Yes.
so we can understand what we're looking at?
So this beautiful website with subdomains and all that stuff, it's definitely in a position where we have good domain rating, we have some good referring domains, we have some backlinks, but organic keywords is like 71 is 0 basically, and organic traffic is also close to 0. In these situations, I usually go to top pages report and expect here, don't see any like significant pages. And as we can see here, you have like all on subdomains. You have subdomain for a blog, you have subdomain for a help. And as you can see, your help pages kind of rank a little bit, but you don't have a lot of content on help subdomain. But if you will move everything to a subfolders, for example, like your website /help /this article, your website /blog /this article, this probably will not give you a lot of results immediately because you don't have a lot of content on your like blog and help subdomains. But on a long run, it will be very good decision, because all your articles which you will write and publish in the future on your subfolder instead of subdomain will like happen to be on a website with much more backlinks, because it will be on a main domain, not on a subdomain. And because of that, you will on the long run have much better results with the subfolders. So I would suggest, my advice is to do that, and that for all your pages, and even more important, to have 301 redirect from old pages to a new URLs after you will move all your articles from old one to a new one. So let's check this page. Yeah, that's not a lot of content, but you still have like some 9 keywords, 22 keywords for this one. You still need a lot of content for this website, but your domain rating is good. It's probably the same domain rating as we have. Let me check. So we have a little bit more, like 39, but we have 60,000 organic traffic, and like you have 1 visitor a day or something like that, organic traffic. You may see a lot of visitors in the Google Analytics, and that visitors will not be organic, but organic traffic is probably very little.
Is it
Okay,
easy to do our help is hosted on Intercom and our blog is hosted on Medium? Can they still go into the main domain?
Because you don't have much content on your help pages and your blog pages, it would also work if you will just create a subfolder, put a WordPress on it, and publish all new content into that subfolder, because there is not much content. Like you have some content, but if you want to write a content for SEO purposes to get organic traffic, probably it's good to just create a subfolder with WordPress in it. It will be like easiest way.
Yes, it's impossible to do with Medium. We just have to basically dump what we have.
Correct. I think the same situation comes up with Substack. I've seen people that have like a Substack newsletter and they've been forced to put it on a subdomain, because that's the only way Substack or Medium or Intercom let you use your main host domain, let's say. So I haven't personally seen a solution where someone's done it onto a subfolder, but maybe there is one, but I personally haven't seen it.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's go to this this website. With this website, domain rating is like lower, 2 times lower. Organic keywords and organic traffic is also close to 0. And probably top pages report will also show us, that's you just don't have any pages to rank. So in this case, you just don't have a content a content and structure wheel, and you cannot get any traffic when you have on the like homepage, contact us and trends. But if you will understand what your target audience is Googling, and you will be surprised like how many like different keywords people can Google. Analyze your competitors, analyze a lot of keywords, create a good structure, and create a content and publish on your website in a blog, like to have a blog or something. You will be able to get traffic much faster compared to people who don't have more than 100 referring domains, almost 300 referring backlinks, and domain rating 23. Yeah, so the same bucket, the same situation. It's a good situation because you can achieve results pretty fast from this point. With this application, as we can see, let me open a website.
This is
Yes.
cool. This is cool. So let's go back to the website. Let's explore what they do. So cool. So then they host music, and they let maybe people upload music to them, and they let them download and record. Okay, cool.
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that,
So-
Dimitri? Do you say directory?
Yeah, so actually, our main business is iOS and Android app, and this is just a web presence of all the data we have in there.
Okay. So this is the web presence for the apps, and then you get app installs through App Store, or do you get them through SEO?
Store, yeah.
App Store. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And there is some good traffic. There is some good amount of organic traffic, but as we can see, the most like popular page on your website is your homepage with your branded traffic, and a lot of like really small keywords drives you traffic to your users pages, which is strange because usually users pages is like not getting a lot of traffic, but in your case they are. But this situation basically shows me that I would put this website into the same bucket because you have a good domain rating and good branded traffic, and it's even better than having only good backlinks, because when you have backlinks and good branded traffic, you can grow much faster compared to people who have on the backlinks. And if you will, like the same situation, if you will target audience which like if you will find the keywords to target some audience, and you will create a content and like pages, maybe categories, maybe some music categories, maybe like we need to do a good keyword research around this topic to understand like what actually your audience looking for. It could be even like a comparison for some like competitors or something like that. So just by creating pages which will be relevant for keywords with high search volume, you will be able to see traffic almost like in 30 days after you will publish content, which is really good position to be, because you have all that leverage from good brand recognition, good branded traffic, and good backlink. So very good position to be, very like easy start from here. And this is kind of subdomain. Let me check main domain and open a website.
Okay, this is interesting. Hannes, maybe you could explain what your website does and who's your customer really.
Yeah, sure. Actually, we're kind of like Google for doctors. So we're a search engine. We're a search engine ourselves. And,
Interesting.
yeah, it's for clinicians rather than for patients.
Mhm.
Got you. Got you.
And
Got you.
yeah, so you're right on the page right there, so you can just start asking questions.
Cool. My girlfriend's a doctor, so I'm gonna forward her this link now and see what she says separately. Which is
Sweet.
cool.
I'd love to hear your feedback.
So, what your like what problem your potential customers have, like that doctors they want to find what exactly?
Yeah, that's right. So they want to find guidelines, clinical guidelines, and things like that. So if you're at the point of care, you need to quickly find the right piece of information to treat patients. And if you use Google, Google is focused on patients. So if you write asthma into Google, it will give you, okay, what can I do to fix my asthma, rather than how do I treat asthma? I'm the clinician. I'm the doctor. Tell me. Also, Google can't give you local information that's behind an intranet. Anything that's not on the public internet, it can't show you. And we're working with local hospitals and organizations to get that content, and so they can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. How do your users currently find you?
So we're working with organizations, so it's warm intros. We're not really focusing on SEO right now, but obviously I've already taken a lot of what you've told us into account. So for example, we have a news blog about MedWise AI, which is on a subdomain, so probably not ideal. So we're not getting a lot of traffic there potentially, I guess. So we probably have to think about changing that as well.
In this case, I think it's like a pretty good idea because writing a content to a blog is kind of like pretty straightforward. But in some cases, you can get some search traffic, for example, without writing any content. For example, if you probably there are a lot of studies, like scientific clinic studies for different I don't know, niches related to topics which are like related to keywords, what your clients can Google. And for example, if you will have a list of articles, scientific articles on subtopic, and you will have just like a small information about every article and like link to a full article, probably you can become, from a Google's perspective, kind of like catalog, how to say that, like listings of that, like scientific studies, like studies about vitamin D, studies about like something else, and get a huge traffic from that. It will require like some pretty hard technical work because you need to like structure your website and like it's not super easy to do, but it's much more scalable. And it will be more easy than just write content to target doctors. So it's a bit hard topic. I understand, like, but I can see that it's possible to find some like clever way to go in this case, and not like spending billions on a content. Yeah.
Yeah, super interesting. And I'm right to say that all these links always link outwards. So you've re-indexed essentially the clinical data or the clinical information. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Cool.
Yep, that's what we're doing. So it's like a specialist search engine. So if like Google is getting too noisy, it's not really serving the purposes of everyone. It can't, and it won't in the future. And so that's what we're doing.
Cool. Cool.
So probably there are like keywords like guidelines for treatment patients with, I don't know, like magnesium deficiency, and like there is guidelines that you should like use that amount of magnesium for that period of time or something like that, and probably some studies. So if you will have like that page which is relevant, you can like steal a lot of traffic from Google. So but it requires a lot of research before. So yeah, a very good project. I have, and Aman has scientific background, so we like that.
Yeah, we'll have to think about it. It's definitely an interesting one. All right, sweet.
So let's go to another
HLP.
one. Chat to
It's
street
like-
objects.
Is this IoT?
Sorry, yeah, it's similar. It's just more via SMS and QR codes, but it kind of fits into that span.
Okay. So what's, maybe you could walk through the purpose and what's the goal here?
You mean with Hello Lamppost?
Yeah, HLP. Yeah, Hello Lamppost. Yeah.
So the goal is to make places better for people, and to improve service delivery for businesses. Yeah, Hello Lamppost, basically it's a bit of a quirky idea, but we bring to life street objects, infrastructure, any kind of public space to talk to people. So the idea is to, share information with them about local areas, but also gather their feedback. And then we aggregate that data and send it back to whoever our client is. So it could be local government, it could be tourism boards, shopping centres, hospitals we work with, whoever wants to, efficiently and effectively engage with their community, they come to us and we help them to do it.
Super cool. Super cool. And how do you currently find customers?
A lot of outbound, we do a lot of brand awareness pieces as well, so it really varies. Also varies depending on UK, US, which are our two target locations. But it's probably something to note is that this website is in the middle of getting changed. We're currently moving to a WordPress site. So a lot of work has gone into updating content, adding new content, doing all of the, typical SEO bits and pieces as well. So I'm hoping it's going to have a huge step up in the next, 2 weeks.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is a kind of tough situation from SEO perspective, because it's super obvious to use SEO as a marketing channel. For example, if you, I don't know, sell a product which people are looking for, I don't know, like refurbished iPhones or like watches or something like that, you just create the pages about like refurbished iPhones and sell from that page. Also, you create an articles on related topics like, is it safe to buy a refurbished iPhone? Is it like dangerous? Is it gonna explode or something like that? What people Google. Super obvious, super easy. But this one is not obvious because we, as I understand, there is no like, people are not looking to your product directly in a Google search because they are not aware that this product exists. And it puts you in a position when it looks like it's hard to use SEO. But we had challenges like that in the past. We had like the most like good example is we have a client which is a full company with spirulina sparkling drinks, and people who Google like anything around spirulina usually expect to see anything but like not sparkling drink, and we find a lot of keywords which brings people who may be interested in that products but not really actively looking for that product. So there are some ways to go around it, even in tough situations like that. Going back to your like current ranking, pretty good with domain rating, pretty bad with organic traffic and organic keywords for the same reason, because you don't have relevant pages to rank. But it would require a lot of like brainstorming to understand what people we should bring to your website. And as I can see, you have a blog already, so probably, and you have some traffic for like smart tourism. So yeah, probably a lot of topics about tourism, in different cities, maybe. Yeah, so this topic requires a lot of deeper keyword research as well.
my gut feel is maybe SEO is not the right channel here. I could imagine there are loads of really interesting content marketing ideas that I'm immediately coming up with, and I'm sure, Francesca, you've done already with like I don't know, city happiness reports, going live in, going in person and brick and mortar. I can see there's loads of like actual physical opportunities here and selling into governmental official bodies. But yeah, from an SEO perspective, this is a lot harder.
Yeah, I do. I agree with you. I think the issue is, like you said, we're not getting people at that purchasing point. It's at their curiosity stage. We've tried to do things like Google Ads, which just failed miserably. And with SEO, we try and do the bare minimum, or more than that, to be honest. We've written some cornerstone pieces with keywords in it. We try and include backlinks where possible. But yeah, I feel like, like you said, there are lots of other opportunities for us to get people to come onto our website and things like that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a trial and error really over the last year to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a new challenge for sure, but it's a super interesting project. So I agree with you completely. It's a curiosity play.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, Francesca.
Thank you.
I probably I can see SEO as like part of wider, like bigger marketing strategy when you have all like other marketing channels which are already work, and you start to invest in SEO to increase like brand awareness, to get some traffic, because when you have all that other marketing channels, it's kind of easier to get SEO traffic. And when you have like really strong brand, SEO traffic may be like super cheap for you at some point when you have like got some success on other marketing channels, and at some point it could be interesting, but I would definitely not trying to start with SEO. So at this point it is like, yeah, really difficult. It would be
cool. Let's try Passify.
Yeah, Passify. I to be honest, I've checked your website because I like all that, like trackers and all that stuff. I have 2 trackers in my car and AirTag as well, and one is like connected to 12-volt battery, and another one is like separate. And I need to recharge it like every few months or so. So yeah, I kind of understand the pain. Yeah. So yeah, that's a website. That's information about website, which says people a lot of time will believe on recharging and maintenance. And let's go through. We have 0 organic traffic and organic keywords, probably for the same reason, because we have 0 pages to rank, because we have only homepage and contact us, and people will not be able to find this website through a Google search when you have only a few pages which are not relevant for like some specific search intent. I would say it's pretty easy to see a strategy straight away with this website. Probably you know some of your competitors, or like alternatives which may not be like direct competitors, but people are also interested in them. And you can create a lot of like blog posts about other projects which people already Google, and to target people who might be interested in your product. And this traffic is usually low, but very bottom funnel, and gives great sales. We also can understand better your like target audience, what daily problems they are like facing in their work, and we can, for example, they Google some other keywords which are related to another problem, but we understand that we understand this audience, and we bring them to your website, and we kind of like give them information what they need, but we also make them aware of your product. So yeah, great product and great, and I can see strategy straight away here. Aman, you want to add something?
No, that's good. I agree with you completely.
Good.
Let's do
Okay.
OmniFlow and Airalo.
OmniFlow.
Yeah, it's a new one. There's 2 more in the chat.
Oh. OmniFlow. Smart cities. That's cool. I like it.
Maybe Pedro, you can give us a bit of just background awareness if you're still on call.
Yeah, I'm here. It's basically we sell solutions to cities and corporates to reduce power consumption and also include functionalities for smart cities like CCTV, computer vision, audio analysis, 5G. So
Cool.
it's a multi-platform. So we have several subfolders with all of these topics. We try to have some content available. We have the blog on the news. I'm curious to see how it's performing.
Cool. So yeah, we'll check the blog and the main page out. And how do you currently get customers? Is it mainly direct sales?
Well, we have a mix of course, we have our commercial efforts, but we also have a lot of organic people, or big corporates contacting us through the website. So I think we have some keywords that we are pursuing to optimize. I don't know.
Sweet. And we see like there's a fair bit of brand traffic, I think. Are you spending budget on advertising or no?
Yeah, we have some Google Ads on some keywords.
I would say, yeah, great product, and there is really good domain rating, like better than on our own website, probably related to like PR activities, but there is like organic, or almost all organic traffic is branded. So all that like organic traffic is just people who Google your brand name and visited your page from Google, but Google your brand name. So like real organic non-branded traffic is close to zero, but you in a like very good position where you have a good branded traffic. So at this call we had probably a few examples of a website with really good domain rating and good brand traffic, and like it is like having a two I don't know jetpacks, which like you just need to publish all the content and all the backlinks. You have all the backlinks. You just need to create good structure, write a lot of content, and your content will give you much more return on investment compared to people who don't have that. It's kind of like is unfair advantage when you have like such a good domain rating, such a good branded traffic, and you can like your competitors will be writing content, and that content will appear on like page number 10 in the Google search results, and they will like grow it slowly. You can publish it, and you can get with a good keyword research, with a good content team, with a good like editor aware of SEO and all that stuff. You can like publish and see it on the first page in like few weeks or so. We're like really good position. It's a bit like tough niche because probably search volume is not great,
Yeah.
but difficulty is not great as well. So like I believe there's no a lot of people competing for like smart cities solutions in Google search results.
Yeah, we have imagine we have like smart lighting, which is all of the lighting that you can put in your house with some connectivity, which is a very high volume, and then we try to narrow it into what really it's interesting for us.
You know what? I've just checked like smart cities, as you can see, and there are like 8,000 keywords with global total search volume 31,000, and like people ask a lot of questions. Google a lot of keywords related to these topics. And when we start to talk about like smart lighting and all this stuff, people usually mean more like something for home. Do you have like some solutions for like just people?
No, this is
No.
just purely for cities or big corporates, right? So that's why we don't want to. We can generate a lot of traffic, but it doesn't make sense, right? Because they cannot buy anything here. So this is more focused on. We are more focusing on like words like smart pole, which is more the category that we are pursuing.
Yeah, in cases like that, what we usually do is we have a call for a kind of brainstorming with the client and with our content team and with me and with Aman, and we're discussing what like potential audience may be interested in. We make notes. We will like getting some information from the client. We send also like onboarding document with a lot of questions, and then we do research, and then we do like another call to align. Did we got everything like right? And sometimes niches are really really hard and not obvious. We acquire like some time ago a client who do web application firewall based on like some crazy technologies to like realize threats even before they are published with machine learning and all that kind of stuff, which sounds like really hard to compete. But we end up with a strategy when we create a lot of pages about existing competitors with high search volume, and we comparing competitor versus competitor versus our client, and we with that strategy you can get like really bottom funnel traffic. And with you, do you have like any competitors because you already have a good branded traffic, and if you have competitors with a branded traffic, you can steal it. Like you can create a page about
that would be great.
Yeah. So like, do you have competitors with a good branded traffic?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
So
we are competing with the big giants.
So yeah, just literally just, and we had a situation like that with that cybersecurity client. We competing with Amazon Web Services. We competing with, and because people are like Google, Amazon Web Services versus like Amazon Web Firewall or something like that. And like that keywords are not hard to get, and they are super bottom funnel. So probably if we will create pages about like one of your competitors versus another your competitor, and we will publish and use like beautiful table and like realistic information, and also will like make a third column with your products and show that it's like better, it's just better, you can compare it. Is it like still in competitors traffic?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Sweet. That's a fun one. Definitely look into it.
Yeah.
Let's
Taking
look
notes
at
as we speak.
let's look at Airlo if possible.
Airlo, 1 second. Yeah. Oh, yes,
this is cool.
yeah, that's
This is
super cool. I was so happy when Apple like make it live eSIM technology, because like it's so obvious. You obviously need to have, and I'm traveling a lot, so yeah. And like for these situations, super obvious strategy. Let me check top pages, but I already have a good strategy. How to switch between SIM card, go bad. I would say this article is getting you traffic but not getting you sales because it's not bottom funnel. How do you use eSIM? Maybe. But what you can like easily do is you can create pages around, for example, like best internet in country, and like create an article and mention that like your eSIM is the best solution, especially in countries where like local internet is pretty expensive and like not so good. For example, in a lot of European countries, me personally, I use application from Polish provider Orange because their roaming is cheaper than local SIM cards in Europe. So you can, I just use that application and get internet and 5G internet much cheaper. So in this case, compare different eSIM providers where there is a search volume, making articles about like country plus internet, provider plus internet, like roaming tariffs plus provider name, probably even information about like some iPhone model and like best eSIM for iPhone model. People may Google that as well. We need to do like keyword research. And this is a huge topic, and as I can see, the articles you have right now, a lot of them are not really bottom funnel. And with changing content strategy, we can make it like create much more bottom funnel traffic for this website. But you're growing, you're doing good, but if you are not like 100% happy with conversion rate, that's because you need to target much more bottom funnel traffic. And let's visit the page, visit the website. Second.
Yeah, actually, can I add something? And before, thank you, by the way. I also use the Orange in Poland. Our application, you can regional eSIM and you can go everywhere. Of course, it's totally. You can check the website and you can find the eSIM. And but I would like to ask something much more detailed with the technical, because I'm working with the engineering team and we faced some issue maybe 2 months ago, and we have 20 language in website, and we actually tried something changing at the same time, maybe a few days, changing our codes. And I saw the 4 buckets, I think, in your presentation. I think it's the same issue. We got something from Google indexing, and it said too much. We got the error indexing or other things, something like that. Actually, I don't remember all detail. Actually, we are curious about how we're going now, because we did something correct after actually all things correct in our side. But of course, we need to check with the like your company, the professional side. That's why I would like to ask just how it's looking now, at least.
Yeah, so like there is a lot of like different points in the answer. First of all, I realized that I used to use your services as well, so that's cool. Because like when I visit the website after like my brief audit, I realized that I definitely had that application at some of my travels, so like that's super cool. And thanks for like supporting Ukraine. I'm also from Ukraine. So from a technical perspective, it's really hard to give you like really good answer when I don't see Google Search Console, and when I have like few minutes to spend. So like I would love to dive deeper into a website. I can see that you had like some strange situation after like February 22. You lost a lot of your keywords and some of your traffic. Probably some traffic is branded. And as you can see, a lot of traffic is going to a homepage and a lot of traffic is branded. And you can see this decrease in amount of keywords on the first page, but not a huge increase in amount of traffic because you have a lot of branded traffic, and it makes you kind of like blind to and impossible to see like that problem, which like going down in amount of keywords on the first page. So on the technical side, I need a Google Search Console, at least, and like some more little bit more time, because this website potentially can get much more traffic, because you can see you have like you can have pages for every country, every provider, every like situation. Best eSIM for backpackers, best eSIM for like business travelers. There's a like crazy amount of keywords related to eSIM traffic, roaming, and all that stuff. So yeah, I just don't want to give you like bad short answer. It is better to go through and check it like properly.
Yeah, I get it. We have also blog page, and we creating content. Our one team creating something for this. Yeah, you can see the blog page. I think we can focus this month because it's the backlink coming to in there. We got we saw the in Apple website also one backlink from user coming from there. The actually we need to focus like this. Google searching something, mostly user what user needs in SEO, and this is important things. I think I actually I'm mostly technical. That's why I'm asking to usually at how it's working. What can we do for this focusing?
So like a kind of general question. I'll step a little bit to like,
actually this is not our for specific for our company question. The keywords, how it's working, how we need to focus, how can we focus the which part of is important in the eSIM. Our the main things is in eSIM, and we can say eSIM. You can use eSIM. How can I installation or other things? Actually, advising. I would like to listen some advising about this ones or whole companies.
So basically, from a like I can give you like a more like brief answer. From a technical side, you need to make sure your website structure, and if you will be surprised how big your website structure should be to be able to acquire all traffic. It's like thousands of pages in this case. So you need to have you need to basically align website structure with what people actually Google for, like, and I can show you like just a quick example. So for example, like super basic keyword research, we have eSIM topic, we have like some search volume and all that stuff, and we have keywords related to that. So people are looking for like eSIM for an iPhone, and to be able to get traffic for eSIM for an iPhone, you need to have a page which will specifically says eSIM for an iPhone. And if I will check your website for eSIM for an iPhone, so how do I install and set up eSIM on my iOS device? probably there is no like page which is like super relevant for this keyword. Or like eSIM carriers, or like iPhone 11 eSIM, which is like stupid because eSIM is the same eSIM for any smartphone, but actually this like keyword has pretty decent search volume, 1.2 thousand searches, and very low competitiveness. And I can like check, probably your website don't have specific page about iPhone 11. So you can create literally pages about like every single iPhone eSIM, and like eSIM with the physical eSIM, I believe you have that in your blog. iPhone 12 eSIM, T-Mobile eSIM plans. It's about your still in your competitors' traffic, so you can create, you can look plans, and you will have a lot of pages like provider name plus eSIM plus plans, and you can create informational pages about like T-Mobile, Vodafone, whatever pages, and you can show your potential customers that you can offer like even better solution. So it's like this project is huge. It can has much more traffic. It's about stealing your competitors' traffic. It's about your blog. It's about your creating perfect structure. This website is huge. It could be huge, and as you can see, you can find a lot of keywords with pretty low keyword difficulty. So it is that huge that I cannot like give you even like an kind of answer like small, because it is huge. It is like you literally can go, I literally can go through keywords like whole day and find like new and new keywords, because it's huge. It's travel niche, it's eSIM, it's a lot of how many mobile phones like models you have on the market. You can check every single like popular phone, iPhone 11, like Galaxy Pro or something like that. And if people are looking for like eSIM for that specific phone, you can create a landing page with the same offer, but market as an offer for different mobile phone, and get that traffic. So this is crazy. And we had very similar client, but like much smaller, with broadband providers, and we got 3x in a month or so. It was, you can see my screen now, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over there, and we got like 3x in a month, in 2 months, which is, and to be honest, this client was like really slow in terms of implementing technical changes. So if your development team is like will be faster, it can be even much faster. So yeah, great project. Would love to like chat about it more.
Actually, I got it everything, and thank you so much.
No worries. You can definitely see a good site from Victor's excitement, because he's thinking 15 years in the game, you like to work with good websites. But awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. If you have, I think Victor's happy to stay on. Are there any more questions for anyone before we drop off? Feel free to either go off mute or put them in the chat.
Hi, yeah, I was just wondering, going back to the subdomain question. So basically, we have a blog. I was just mentioning that we have a blog on the subdomain. Do you categorically recommend that like for SEO purposes, you should actually put this on a like on a /news or whatever of your main domain?
Mm-hmm. So generally, it is good to have like /news when you have a content, like news content. But if you don't have any searchable content in your blog, it doesn't matter, because in both situations you will have like zero traffic because you don't have searchable content. But if you already like put some effort to create searchable content and publish it on a subdomain, you just like not really have any benefit which you could have if you will publish on a subdomain. So if you don't produce searchable content, doesn't matter subdomain or like subdomain or something like that. But if you have searchable content, it's good to have on a main domain.
Great, thanks.
Awesome. All right, I think we'll call it there. Thank you everyone for attending. I hope that was useful. We'll probably run one in a few more months' time when everyone's had time to grow their sites. So we have some new problems to deal with. But awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.